Illegal immigrants are not the reason why our healthcare system is broken.
Yeah, it's not deflection at all. In fact, I brought receipts. So here's the CMS, the Center for Medicaid and Medicare Services, right here with their press release earlier this year saying they were having to increase their oversight on states like California who were abusing Medicaid and classifying it as an EUSA, an emergency system, when it wasn't. You've got the average state spends 5% of its Medicaid roughly on emergency services. California, 35 to 40%.
Wow.
Why would that be? Because California passed a state law that says we will fund Medicaid for illegals, and then, oh, by the way, we'll raise our provider taxes, and then, oh, by the way, we'll use that as a match to draw down federal funds. And they're using this whole cavitation process.
An accounting trick to put it on the taxpayer.
Money is fungible, and California's loophole is abusing it.
Listen, and we...
All right, back from CNN. Ooh, that was a lively one. And they hate it when you bring receipts. But let's talk about that Medicaid thing for a minute, because what you have right now is a thing called the California loophole. The California loophole is real. And the reason why the left wants to get this whole spending package revised right now is because they want to be able to fund Medicaid for illegals like California is doing.
Pause around.
The center.
See, this is the thing about receipts when you bring them up in front of them, and then they don't have an answer for it, right? Tom, what do you think about what he just said right there?
He's exactly right. We've talked about it on this podcast. You and I are from California. We speak of what we could actually see. And you had things like the hospitals that were downtown, South Central, or close to USC that were actually providing services to students, local residents, and yes, South Central Los Angeles. There's emergency rooms that closed. Why did they close? Because California created Medi-Cal. Let's do the math and go through the steps that he's talking about. Medi-Cal says, okay, you do it. And when he talks about emergency services, he's talking about a bleeding, unconscious, shot, stabbed, car accident. They're not asking for an insurance card in those hospitals. They're taking care of you because you're a critical patient that paramedics are bringing in. Paramedics are there to preserve your status and stabilize you to get you to emergency room. Emergency room does it, and then they find out, this person is whoever they are, but they have no insurance, no means of paying, no nothing. But the services were provided. That's Medi-Cal doing that. Then they use the loophole. He said the loophole to get the matching funds from the federal government. Did you hear him say that?
Yep.
That's how Newsom knows that the American people are paying the Medi-Cal gap to provide Medicaid services in the state of California. And then they put a tax on the hospitals. Remember we covered this, Pat? They threw a tax on the hospital that said you can't charge more than 8 cents for an aspirin or whatever it was. And guess what happened? Emergency rooms closed. So thank you, Gavin Newsom. Your trick and what you did in California, not only is a loophole and the tax on the people of America, you lost emergency rooms that went